Good afternoon, everyone. Today I would like to talk about the 6% loss of durum wheat in the fields in the United States due to cold temperatures. This accompanies the 8.9% rise in wheat on the Chicago Board of Trade due to cold over the last couple of weeks. What you can possibly expect because the durum wheat crop has been damaged due to cold temperatures is an increase in everyday items that we buy in the supermarket, such as pastas, couscous, things like this, depending on which culture you're from. Something to note right away, the same author quotes on this AP article 8% smaller amount of wheat than last year, but in a following article they state 6%. How does the same author have two different statistical figures in the story with the same date of publication about the same exact event? Something else to take note of, this file photo is August 26th. We're here almost in December talking about poor wheat harvest due to abnormal wet conditions during the planting season, abnormal cold that actually froze those seeds. We don't see anything like this. We don't see any photos of these on-the-ground conditions right now of what the wheat looks like in the damaged state from cold. They're giving us something from the summer. Take note of these stories while you start to try to backtrack and look for information. There seems to be a smoke and mirrors game going on with cold temperatures and crop losses right now. Here we are again. Nice, beautiful photo, but damaged wheat looks quite different than this. Spot wheat prices are near a 3-month high, about 9% higher. That was due to the extreme cold that blew through the U.S. about 3 weeks ago. Here's a picture of the model. You can see exactly where that dark purple is. We're talking about 30 degrees Celsius below normal temperatures. Casper, Wyoming, Sioux Falls, Iowa. These are traditionally grain growing areas that were pummeled with cold. For example, this is the news from November 12th, 26 below Fahrenheit, different parts of the country. Of course, this is going to affect agriculture. That's the whole thing about my videos. Agriculture is going to be affected. You may not need a petrochemical product to either drive your car or lubricate a lawnmower or something in your home. But we eat every day. Everybody eats every day. Not everybody drives a car every day. So when we come to the basic factors of human survival, we come down to you eat every day, you drink water every day, you breathe every day. These are the three main things that keep humans alive. And when one of those is affected, this is going to have an effect on our societies. Global wheat supply is down 1.1 million tons, but the offset was 1.3 million positive tons. We're just at a few 100,000 tons above the baseline right now. Once that drops over the next year, wow, we're going to be into negative territory. Now there's different types of wheat. Understand that from the get-go. This is the particular type of wheat called durum wheat. Now, this is the hardiest species of all wheat. It can survive droughts, it can survive cold, it can survive floods, it can survive pretty much everything, but it has been damaged in the fields due to cold, and the numbers range between 6% and 10% total loss of crop. What kind of environmental forces damage the hardiest species of one of our food crops? And here's the next wave. December 1st, 25 below. There's no winter wheat this year. It's all damaged. It's all frozen. It's all dying in the fields. The numbers we're giving us now are like lollipop numbers that are make you feel good. It's only 6% down. Only 6%? Are you kidding me? If there was a 6% loss in the stock market, that would make national news, international news. Oh, only a 6% loss in the durum wheat crop. The majority of durum wheat is in North Dakota. They have had some of the coldest temperatures ever recorded since the 1880s in this state. Now, North Dakota is not alone as the only durum wheat producer. Montana, Minnesota, South Dakota. But again, these are all the places that are in extreme cold temperatures, wave after wave. This 6% is far under what is the true amount of damage into the crops that they're not reporting in the news right now. And from an intercultural standpoint, couscous. If you haven't tried it, please do. It's one of the most delicious things. If you can mix it with tuna fish and black olives, wow, that's a real treat. Couscous is derived from durum, so look for a push on couscous prices. That might not affect the U.S. so much, but in places like the Middle East, the food prices should rise. And this type of wheat also is for our pastas. So if you're going to the supermarket, look for an increase in boxes of pasta that you buy. And a few days ago, in the exact same area where I'm talking about, where the durum wheat is grown in the United States, here we have 117 mile per hour winds. Do you think crops can survive 117 mile per hour winds? That's a Category 2 hurricane coming through, but with cold in Wyoming. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you do some of your own research, because the more research I do, the more I find smoke and mirrors in the numbers coming out of the agricultural productivity affected by these cold weather patterns. Alternative numbers coming out. First it was a bumper harvest. Now in the real conditions, we're subtracting 10%. What's it going to be next month? Minus 20%? Numbers are fibbed.